In the terrain that you're in. When you feel shamed and shut down, it's very difficult to grow and expand when, you're not supported. It's very hard to, speak to your mother who's a square about astral travel and infiniteness and oneness. And I talk to my higher self to now I do it with my own mother. I would say she's probably diamond. She's between square and diamond, but I mean, I just don't care at this point, but I can see where people would be maybe elevating and quite fearful of, sharing this information if they are in, like you said, if you've got an area where you go to a big city and it's just not widely accepted, you're going to feel shut down. You're not going to share your beliefs and your expandedness.
But I think that's starting to shift now. And in the past, I would say you'd have felt like you're an outcast. But I think now, even as the spiritual question is becoming more mainstream, I think it's time for all of us that really are wayshowers, that are really more expanded than the collective, to just be true to ourselves and just be an example. Just live your truth, because that's key to your health. For one, you can't squish yourself back down in order to please others, because that's just going to destroy your health. You need to be in authenticity and integrity with yourself to maintain your health and to grow and expand. Because think of a plant, you can't be bound by your pot. You need to grow and expand. So just be true. And they are actually, because of all that's happening on the planet, it's like the sail of the ship's kind of gotten loose and flapping around. They're looking now for answers. I'm finding that I'm just myself, and everybody's been looking to me to say, well, where do we go from here? Because we're lost. So the collective is really looking to us now. And so it's time for us to just stand in our power and in our beauty and be who we know we are. And that will bring everyone else along, because they'll have permission.
And what Alan just said is so beautiful, makes me want to cry. But I want to add one thing to it, which is it's important that we do all of that without any agenda. Because if you're trying to talk other people into thinking like you or being like you, it's never going to work. All you can do is be yourself, speak your own truth without any hope that anyone else is going to get it or understand it or agree with it. Just be yourself. And then the more that we can just be ourselves without agenda, without attachment, without expectation of the other, they tend to relax because they feel that they're not being asked to change and grow and evolve before they're ready. And sometimes they can take stuff in that they might have resisted if it came with an energy of agenda. So that's just the balance to what Alan was just saying.
Yeah, I'm glad that you added that, because I think that, especially when it comes to spirituality, I think that people can sometimes feel like there is a dogma to it. So to feel freely, I'm in my classroom, you're in your classroom, everybody's fine, we're doing great, we're learning, we're expanding. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane.
Yeah, and that's one of the benefits of people learning this model. Like we always say to people, start with finding out your own terrain, do the self-analysis quiz on the website, 10terrains.com. It only takes 10 minutes. Find out where you're at, read your report, come to really sit with it and really get where you're at. And then start to look at the other 9 terrains. How are they different from where you're at? What is that classroom like? And how is it different from your classroom? And and especially if you read the book or start to go deeper into our work, or, we're creating some online courses at the moment, or watch our YouTube channel, as you start to understand them, then, as you say, when you encounter someone who's at a different terrain, you can allow them to be there. And exactly what Amanda just said, you can just accept them, have compassion for where they're at, cheer them on in their journey. Know that if it's in the divine plan, they will one day maybe end up where you're at, but maybe it's not, because not everybody's journey is the same. Some people are here in this life to come in at square and stay there their whole life, and there's important work that they need to do at that terrain to contribute to the planet. An example we like to use is Abraham Lincoln. He needed to be at square to overthrow slavery, because slavery is coming from pyramid, the will-based terrain, and it takes someone at square to be able to end that in a societal way. And so there's important roles that people are playing. So if we try to hurry someone along in their journey, we may be actually interfering with a larger plan that's for the highest good of everybody.
Yeah, and I would say too that humility is important here. It's not really about, as Tahnee mentioned, having an agenda or trying to convert or change others. You just go about your life, and if your life's working, others are going to want to know what you're doing differently that's causing your life to work. You don't have to do anything to anyone else. Just really, at the end of the day, it's all about self-responsibility. And this is the journey across this continuum, is coming from victim having it done to you to basically being creator, which is self-responsible for yourself only and always in every moment for every thought and everything you're creating. And that's all you need to do. And everything in the universe will rearrange itself. You don't have to do anything more than that. So if each of us just takes responsibility for ourselves and becomes, as true and pure as we can within ourselves, that's the end. That's ascension in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I love the idea of you're giving us permission to, just stay in our lane and figure out, understand, learn, grow, expand within our terrain. And when we get there, then we can shift. It's not about striving or pushing or clawing our way to the next terrain. It's really enjoying the journey and the process of where you're at now. And I think that's such an amazing message because we've been so conditioned to, climb and climb and climb and go and go and go. And it's not serving any of us. Like you said, it's affecting our health and it's affecting our well-being. And it has created a society that is extremely disconnected. So I think that this is so brilliant because it really helps people break away from the expectations, break away from the judgments, and just really enjoy the process of, okay, I'm at square, I'm at diamonds. Let me learn more about myself rather than judge myself so that they can
That's
expand
really
where they're
true.
at.
That's really true. And